To make Romanian cord with beads, you have to pick up Aunt Lydia's thread number 10 and place the beads on the thread. For this project, for the size of heart that I use, I will need 70 beads. I use needles for beading. They're the best. The company Venus. You can purchase them at the Joanne store in a beading section. I have one needle in my hands, but there are 4 needles inside the box, and all 4 of them are very useful for beading. Depends on the thread you use. I chose this needle because the eyelet is much better, easier to insert the thicker thread and to work with. So you just insert thread into the needle and weave and place all the beads that you need for the project. So there are 2 more left for me to thread on the crochet thread, and this is it. And this is how I do it. Just pull it on the thread and here you go. Now you can pull the thread out of the needle and crochet Romanian cord. Normally what I do, the thread that you will use to thread your beads on wears out and kind of look a little bit clumsy. I will cut that piece off and start crocheting my Romanian cord. I would recommend to take 3 or 4 or even 5 inches long tail, leave it, and start crocheting Romanian cord as we normally do. Start with chain 2 and then insert the hook into the first stitch and crochet as you would crochet your packing cord. Make sure to spread the beads on the thread quite far because they will be on the way, and make sure that only few are around on a distance that will be easy for you to grab and use for crochet. At first I will crochet quite a bit of my cord. The distance here you can decide on your own. And I'm not teaching how to make Romanian cord itself because we already have tutorial how to do that. Well, I'm showing how I will attach beads to the Romanian cord. When you attach beads to Romanian cord, it depends on the size of the beads. You decide how many of them you will use and how often you will spread them on the cord. So you will have to count bumps on the sides of Romanian cord in order to add beads. I use for Aunt Lydia's thread number 10 crochet hook number 1 millimeters, 1 millimeters or number 6 from Clover Company. So I will make few more turns and then I will crochet with beads. So I will determine in this side, I always count bumps, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the same here, supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 4. I will make 1 more. So the distance between beads that I will have, I will place beads after every 5 side bumps that Romanian cord have on it. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bumps on this side, and I need to add one more right in here, like this. And this is when I can start adding my my beads. Again, I have too much of the beads in my hands here, and I will move them away. So now, when I'm ready, I will first insert the hook into the 2 bumps, into 2 loops right here, 2 stitches or 2 loops. Grab the thread and move the bead closer, and then move my thread through the 2 stitches on a hook like that. And then again I crochet, and I will add them only on one side. Now it will be kind of fun to add because you have bead in here, but you insert the hook right before the bead into 2 loops and continue crochet for a while, and you decide and determine for yourself how often you want those beads to be on the cord. You can place them on both sides if you want. You can place them on one side. Try to crochet your cord nice and tight. Again, we'll continue. If you decide that this distance is not what you want, you can always count. I always count how many bumps right in between the beads. So here's one bead, and I have already 1, 2, 3 bumps. I can actually place one after this, one bead. So first, before you add the bead and crochet around the bead, you first insert the hook into 2 stitches, then grab thread. You have 2 loops on the hook. This is when you move your bead close to the Romanian cord, throw thread on the hook and pull it through those last 2 stitches. That's it. And you have nice stitch. Make sure they are nice, not too tight, not too loose. Just normally crochet as you would crochet your cord with the tension. It's nice to have it tight enough that your stitches and your cord will not be loose and fragile. You want that cord to be nice and tight, because when you will crochet and connect background netting to it, you need that nice, beautiful tension. So one more time I will show you how I do this. So again, you decide how many bumps, 5 bumps between your beads, or 3 or 4 or 2, and again it all depends on the thread, on the beads you choose, and I would say probably on your tension, because all of us have different tension, and it also will affect the way your work will look like. It's very important to have nice tension all the time. This is why I would recommend to pick up Aunt Lydia's thread number 10, because this thread is perfect for Romanian cord. It's stiffer than DMC number 5, for instance. I wouldn't use DMC number 5 pearl cotton for this project, for the cord. You can also try Sibelia number 10, DMC Sibelia for the cord, or DMC Cordonet number 10. But as I know, the Cordonet don't have many colors, only ecru and white. So if you decide to make it in white or ecru, this will be a good choice for you. So again, we have 1, 2, 3. Okay, I could add my bead and I forgot. So before you make the last stitch, we always have these 2 stitches on the hook. Before we turn, we crochet them. This is when you add your bead and pull threads through, like this. So this is how you add beads to your Romanian cord.